So maybe you have already acknowledged and learned the hard way what happens when people don't respect you or understand what you are about. When you are a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman, earth angel, starseed, a God's chosen one. Because those people easily attack you and disrespect you and abuse you and try to take advantage of you and your kindness because they see and sense how kind and welcoming and sensitive you are. So they think that you are an easy target. Of course, this is again not a humane trait in a person. It is pure evil. It's pure demonic. And because I've seen and sensed the devil in so many people throughout my life, I'm just so exhausted about this. And I have a few thoughts again today. Because apparently this can happen when you are encountering these people, because they just don't have any respect for you as a being, as a person. They just see you as somebody to use and abuse and disrespect and have power and control over. And I've been so angry and so fed up because of these things. For, of course, my entire life, but as a child, I was being too nice, too sensitive, because I didn't understand it. When I was being bullied and abused, I did not understand that, so it was very hard for me to stand up for myself or, talk about it. I could not. I was very, very quiet and very silenced most of the time. And in the worst case, seriously, you can die from this, because how many women or girls have been dead because of abusive guys or boys or men? Too many. Usually it's us women who are the targets, kind people, sensitive people. It's not easy to be an earth angel, a starseed, a God's chosen person, a God's chosen child in this world. That can be so cruel. It is not easy. And I've been sharing a lot about my personal experiences in my videos and posts. And yes, it feels very, very purifying and empowering, which I am, of course, grateful for at the same time, to be able to tell these things. But of course, my wish was always, and my thought was always, don't these people understand how it makes another person feel when they treat a person like that? People should always understand that you should not do to someone else that you don't want to be done to yourself. And this is just a fact. Children need boundaries. Children need a lot of love and care as well. Children are entitled to having their parents, their mother and father, to be there for them, to love them and guide them, to teach healthy boundaries, and to also, of course, teach to respect others as well. Because if that doesn't happen, like I've been saying, then it is a big issue, huge issue. Because everything affects our mental health in daily life, everything is connected, and we're all one here. So again, if you hurt someone else, you hurt yourself, especially if you hurt a chosen one, a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman who has done nothing wrong to you except be kind to you. So God will revenge and karma will come. And this is also a fact. And it is so crazy how many people just don't understand. They have no clue about these things. If they did, they would not be acting in a certain way. Like, for example, as a woman, you have to be careful of these toxic men. Because apparently so many men are so immature and lack proper raising. They don't respect women. They can even hate women. They have mother issues and things. Childhood trauma. So it is completely wrong that they are projecting their pain on innocent women who have done nothing to them, or they seek validation and things like that from strange women who don't even know them, or they don't know these women, and they talk to these women in a disrespectful way, like asking for sex, or asking about things like physical issues, like do you have big breasts, or saying things like, oh, I'm testing your intelligence, how intelligent you are. So again, your job as a woman, as a sensitive empath, highly sensitive woman, Earth Angel, your job is to just, stay away from these kind of people, kind of men. They're not real men. They're fake. They're immature little boys. If they try to practice any sort of control and abuse over you, to manipulate you into giving them things that they want out of you, you will never be happy with a person like that, and they will not start to respect you. If you have set your boundary once and they continue, this is a clear sign that this person will not respect you. And it's your job to just be nipping it in the bud and just let it go, and, just release it away to God and just let it be. Because again, if a man is asking for sex from you in the first sentences, for example, when he should be getting to know you, instead he's making sexual comments about your breasts, for example, or something else about your body, like putting you down, undermining your intelligence, for example, you as a person, you as a woman, this can be so hurtful and shocking, and all you can do is just, accept how you're feeling about what is happening, and just, you don't need to be caring about this person. So I hope you don't. Just simply don't care. Don't give him any energy. And when somebody is pushing you away, it's better for your own sake that you just let them be, let them go, just step away from them. You are protecting your peace and your health, your mental health, your physical health in that same process, because in the worst case, that person can end up killing you. And I've watched so many crime documentaries, for example, and movies, and been investigating about these things so much that there are these certain patterns that repeat themselves. There are always certain patterns that happen with toxic people when we encounter them. There are always these similarities. I'm sure that you have noticed as well. So it's important for us to be paying attention to those. Because, like I've said, so many women or girls, children have been killed because of violent, abusive, disrespectful men. And it is so wrong. It is not acceptable to be taking away somebody's life, to be destroying them. But this can really happen. It's no joke. Like if you seriously feel and see and notice that somebody is being toxic to you, it will not get better. It will not suddenly be healed. And especially if you have already communicated your boundary, it should be enough. A healthy person will respect that and will not abuse you or disrespect you. But these toxic people won't stop. Because they don't know what to do with a good, wise, strong woman. They rather attack her and try to have power and control over her, undermining her intelligence, treating her as a sexual object only, seeing her only for her looks, for example, and seeing what they can benefit from that woman. And I've seen this just too many times in my life, and I was such a fool when I was in relationships with these kind of guys who have been just destroying me and my mental health, almost my physical health too. They didn't hit me, but they were hitting me emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And if you could see my scars throughout my life, you would see many, many of them on my body. Like just a few days ago, I was again attacked by somebody who did not even show me his face. Usually these kind of men don't even show their own faces on social media, for example. They just attack you. Apparently, if you are a lovely woman creating content, so they think that they are entitled to write their stupid, childish, asshole kind of comments. And you know, this person was saying to me that I'm not Finnish. Like, it's so ridiculous. Was claiming that I'm from somewhere else, which is not true. So yeah, I'm just shaking my head. So no, my number one rule is to protect my peace and my health and my work and my family and my life. So no, if you disrespect me once, you are out. I'm not giving you anything. So this is my number one rule, and I've been practicing it for the last years especially, and that is my message to my clients and followers as well, because we cannot be making excuses for bullying or disrespect or abuse, because it will be continuing. We have to take action. We have to stand up for ourselves and not absorb their bullshit energy, which is not our problem. It was never our problem. It's their problem. It's their issue. So, like, for example, I was going to say that, for example, with my narcissistic mother, because she was always pushing me away ever since I've been a child by attacking me physically and with everything that she did. Then I had enough, and I guess I stood up for myself in a way that when I was a bit older, when I was a teenager, for example, then I started to leave the house. I wasn't around anymore, because, you know, that was the choice, the result that I could do in that situation, which of course she was again turning against me. That is what they do. They turn everything against you. Everything is always your fault. You are always the difficult one and to blame. But anyway. But yeah, the biggest lesson when it comes to this is that you do not accept any sorts of bullshit treatments, disrespect, abuse in your life. People who take advantage of you. Instead, you choose yourself and your peace and your healing, your happiness and joy, and, you know, all of those good things that God has in store for you, that the universe wants to bring you. That you're not blocking those blessings and good things, but instead you're just allowing yourself to be supported, and you're supporting yourself and getting to know yourself and valuing yourself and knowing your worth. And of course, my message is for you women, because I'm a woman. So mostly, yes. And if you need more help and support, get in touch, reach out, buy my self-help book.